The thing is that I really wanted to get on here to talk to you about today. I just want to have like a sit down and pretty much tell everybody that, we do not have to just totally rely on sacrifice. Because I think there's a lot of people right now that's, putting a lot of weight into sacrifice. Everything's about sacrifice this, sacrifice that to get what you want. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. And you should do that. You should be sacrificing. But sacrifice without obedience, what is it? You know what I'm saying? You sacrificing here and there, but you're not consistent with your sacrifices. So what I would say to tell you guys that's coming on my heart, man, is obedience over sacrifice. I'm going to say it again. Obedience over sacrifice. If you out here sacrificing all this stuff, but you're disobedient and you don't have a routine and you don't have a schedule and you don't have a system that feeds you, then you'd be just as lost as the person that doesn't make any sacrifices because your sacrifices aren't consistent, okay? Consistency is why people are rewarded, and consistency is directly tied into execution, okay? Execution, guys. We got to execute. We got to execute. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm recording this at 3 a.m. because I'm trying to be consistent with the message that I'm sending y'all. Like, it's literally got to be our lifeline. It's got to be what we go back to every single time, regardless. It doesn't matter how you feel. It does not matter how you feel. It only matters how consistent and how much you execute. Because if you're not executing, nobody is ever going to see you as valuable, okay? If you work in a call center and you don't execute the calls the way you're supposed to, as is written out in the mission statement, then you are not a valuable worker. They will never pay you more. I understand you think that you don't have any growth within your position because you think you know everything, you think you got all the answers, but how consistent are you really being? You know what I'm saying? If you working and you at a corporate business and you making a lot of money, but you messing your money off, you know what I'm saying? You spending your money on BS, you don't have any money management skills, you don't understand financial literacy, and you spend all your money and you lose it, you're not consistent enough. You're not consistent with your bank account enough to make that grow, and you don't invest in yourself, so it doesn't matter. Obedience. Obedience is law. Obedience overrules everything. We have to be obedient. When we grew up, we needed structure as children. Children need structure to know how things should work so they can carry those things that they learn from their parents on into their lives so that they can be consistent and they can see the fruits of their labor on a more constant basis. Things aren't always up and down. You can kind of get a baseline about how things work, okay? So what I want you guys to know is I love the fact that we are out here sacrificing. Even in our day-to-day stuff, when you go and you make a decision to do something that you like, man, I really didn't want to do that, but I did it. Boom. Congratulations. Great job. Like, I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I do the same thing. Sometimes you be like, woo, glad I did that. Got that workout in. Woo, man, I clocked them hours. I got it done. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to go to work, but I went. But then the next day you take the day off. You put yourself back in the same position you was in before. You might as well not went to work the other day because now you put in 20% effort and you stacked it on top of an 80% effort. And when that averages out, it puts you at about a 45, 47 range. I'm not much of a math guy, but my point, again, is consistency. Obedience over sacrifice, okay? Obedience over sacrifice. Let's work to be obedient. Let's work to be obedient. Be consistent. Be a grinder. Be a grinder because you ain't got to be that skilled to be a grinder. You can be consistent and be average and see great results. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. That's why people that come up in these environments that are conducive for success, they're just consistent. They're not more skilled than a lot of us that didn't come from those type of environments, right? You know you can do this better than that person. You know you got more. You watching them get out of success and you mad. You salty. But as you know what? You ain't been doing it as long as they've been doing it. If you try to do it that long, you might pass out from the amount of effort and focus that it takes to get to that point. So check it out. You know what I'm saying? Really evaluate how consistent you are and how much you really are executing. Cement yourself in facts. Don't get on your feelings. Get in the facts. Obedience over sacrifice. I love you guys. Kings and queens, be great. Let's go get it. You know what I'm saying? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I ain't even tripping. I just had to get this message out to y'all because I think it's really something that if we can master that, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit, man. If we can master that, the sky is the limit. I promise the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit, dog. The sky is the limit. Man. If fighting becomes natural, then defeat becomes impossible. Be blessed.